Are you an effective communicator? Welcome back to my channel. My name is Dr. Anwar Youssef Dunbar, and this is Big Discussions 76. My original channel. First of all, please like this video, please share it, and please subscribe to my channel. Well, as you can see, I'm wearing my periodic table of elements t-shirt. I'm about to go over to my science channel and record something over there based upon something one of my favorite YouTube content creators said, which I think has application in the STEM world. But over here, again, general topics, thoughts of the day, financial literacy, money, current events, those kinds of things. General topics, just like one of my former heroes, Bruce Williams, and who had the Bruce Williams show. A lot of times he would talk about topics of the day and whatever was on his mind and whatever was happening and whatever that particular day. And today I'm thinking about communication and effective communication. And that's what I'm going to talk about in this video. So this video is for everybody. I think a significant number of my subscribers are black, and since I'm black, many of my discussions are anchored in that experience, but this is for everybody, and it cuts across family, romantic relationships, professional relationships, and business relationships. So this is important for everybody, and it reaches into everything. So that's why this is important, and that's who the audience is for this. So effective communication. Are you an effective communicator? Many people believe that effective communication is simply using clear words. And words are tools, and I agree with that. Words are tools, and using clear words with clear meanings absolutely is helpful, and it's absolutely crucial. People can be confused by what you mean based upon the words that you use, and you can also speak above a person's level of understanding depending upon the words you use, and you can give people impressions about you based upon the words that you use. So words are very, very important, but words are not the only thing that make you an effective communicator. And I've written a few keys down that I've learned over the years from experience, but also from trainings I've taken, professional trainings, and workshops I've been in. Context is important as well. So time and space, when you're communicating with someone, time and space is very, very important. Is that environment conducive for having the discussion and the exchange that you're looking to have? I had an ex, and I'll just say that. And one of the things that was problematic about that relationship was that we would always broach important topics in public, and they would usually be brought up when I least expected it. So me and this particular significant other, we'd often be out at a restaurant, and I would be relaxed and just trying to enjoy the moment, and boom, this heavy topic would come up. And I'd say to myself, okay, why is she asking me about this here? Why is she bringing this up here and bringing this up now? I had no primer that this was coming. I had no warning that this was coming, and this is a very, very important topic. Now, the other thing I thought about with regards to that particular interaction was this person may not have been comfortable discussing this with no one else around, perhaps out of the fear that something would happen. With me, I'm nonviolent, so I don't know So there should have been little concern for something bad happening when it was just us. But there may have been something in her history that prompted her to only broach important topics in public places when other people were around, and typically when I was off guard. So context, time and place is very, very important for communication. Nonverbal cues. So the words are important, but also what is the other person giving off to you? Are you looking at them with a very, very intense look when you're delivering your message? Is your forehead wrinkling up? Are your eyes getting big? Are you rolling your neck? Are you bouncing your head? Are you giving aggressive nonverbal cues when you're communicating your message? And how is the other person responding to what you're saying? Are they falling asleep? Are they paying attention? Are they starting to feel threatened by what you're saying? Or are they genuinely relaxed? And are they receptive to what you're saying? Are they blinking and twitching a lot? Are they giving you nonverbal cues to let you know that this conversation is going well or that it's not going well? And it's very, very important when you're the one communicating the message to think about, how is this being received? And am I communicating this in such a way that the person can get it in a healthy way for the both of us? And if I'm trying to start a dialogue with them, am I communicating this in the best possible way between me and this particular person? History. What's the history between you and the person? This goes across the board: family, significant others, and professional relationships and business partnerships. What's the history? Do you all have a healthy history of communicating, or do you all have a dysfunctional history of communicating? Do you all have a dysfunctional relationship, or do you have a healthy relationship? And that's important to keep in mind when you approach someone to talk to them. Has your method of communicating with them historically been effective, or have things historically gone left? Also, are there things about your particular approach that you can tweak that can make the delivery of your message more effective and better received? Are there things that you personally can tweak and adjust? Are there better places and times to approach the person that you want to communicate with and get your messaging across to? So these are all things to think about. History. The history matters. Do you have a mutual history of respect? Is your relationship, is it contentious? Has it historically been contentious? If there's a negative response between you and the person, is it just with you, or does the person you're communicating with have a history of dysfunctional communication with everyone else? And if they don't, maybe there's something about the communication between the two of you that needs to be adjusted and tweaked, and maybe it's you, the communicator, to that person that's causing whatever dysfunction there is. So the history of the relationship matters, and the history of the communication styles matter. And then I'm going to close with self-awareness, and that goes back to how the person trying to communicate the message to whomever, how are you doing that? How is that coming across? Is it coming across in a very gentle, diplomatic way, or is it coming across as a very heavy-handed, sledgehammer type of way? This is, it's a very, very complex topic. I've been in whole trainings about interpersonal communication and relationship building. And this can take hours to talk about. And the truth is, not everyone is aware of how they come across and how they project and how they communicate. And there are people who are aware and they're not willing to make any adjustments. And that's hard, especially when it's a relative, or if it's a significant other, or if it's a colleague at work that you have to work closely with. Some people are not interested in making adjustments and tweaks to their approach. And speaking of projecting, that's another communication dynamic, when sometimes people project things on the other person, and because of a lack of self-awareness, they don't know that they're doing it. And so they think the problem is the other person. And that's a problem, because with effective communication, most ideas can be talked about and exchanged, and the ball can be tossed back and forth, so to speak. But people just need to be aware of those things. So I'm going to stop this here. I think I've nailed everything. Oftentimes I think of things afterwards. But let me know what you think in the comment section below. This is for a general audience, and it's a universal topic regardless of race, creed, culture, sex, religion, whatever. Thank you for watching this video. Please like it, please share it, and please subscribe to my channel. I'm going to go over to my science channel now and record something over there. So I'll talk to you later. As always, remember that your attitude determines your altitude. Take care, and I'll talk to you the next time. Bye-bye. So just as I thought I would, some other things came to me when I was exercising last night, and I realized that I left a few important points out of the first part of this video. So I'm going to summarize those and go through those really quickly. This is what came to me after I shot the meat of this video. So there are a few other important parts of being an effective communicator. So one of the things I thought about is being an effective communicator doesn't necessarily involve having the loudest voice in the room or in the discussion. And oftentimes when you have the loudest voice and you're trying to overtalk the person or overwhelm the other person, that does more harm than good. So it isn't necessarily about having the loudest voice. Listening to understand versus listening to respond. That's something I've experienced personally, and I've heard a lot about that. I've heard a lot about that on YouTube. Listening and observing panels and participating in panels myself. Some people listen just to wait for their chance to respond, but they don't really listen to understand, so nothing gets accomplished. And actually, if you read Stephen Covey's The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People, there's an aspect regarding communication in there, and one of his rules is to first seek to understand and then to be understood. Okay. Another one is getting in the last word and winning. A lot of people, and I think women are stereotyped for doing this, a lot of people have to get in the last word. And, that, I guess that gets kind of involved with going tit for tat when there's a disagreement. But again, getting in the last word and having to win, again, often causes more problems than it solves, and it leaves things broken. So I'm gonna end with the dangers of having to win in a discussion with someone. And I'm going to read a short passage from the 48 Laws of Power. I feel like I should not read this because I feel like the information in this book should only be reserved for those who take the time to read it. But this is an important topic for all of us. And so this is written by Dr. Robert Greene. And law number 9, this is one of my favorite laws. Win through your actions, never through argument. And there's a whole chapter dedicated to this, but this little summary reads: any momentary triumph you think you have gained through argument is really a Pyrrhic victory. The resentment and ill will you stir up is stronger and lasts longer than any momentary change of opinion. It is much more powerful to get others to agree with you through your actions without saying a word. Demonstrate. Do not explicate. So those are just some things I thought about after I shot the main part of the video. So I'm done now. Thank you for watching, and I'll talk to you the next time.